Hey everybody, VP with Metaverse News 1 here, and we are doing Tier 2 today. I'm going to try to get it out a day after the Tier 1 video. Make sure you have seen that. We are all systems go here on Illuvium 0, and I'm really trying my best to get these out. If anybody's been on a family vacation, you know how these things go. It's tough to get anything done. But we're going to try our best, and we have a lot going on here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lands to cover today. And we are going to do it more rapid fire and a lot more quickly than we did yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a rediscovery of Illuvium 0 and trying to figure out how we used to do things before and what the best way to do things are now. Now we pretty much know. So I'm not going to make you watch a lot of stuff. I'm just going to tell you what I do. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then show you once I've done it. And hopefully that will help you form your own strategy if you have a Tier 2 land of your own. And even if you don't, and you just like hanging out and watching us do things, well, I hope we can entertain you to the best of our abilities. But we need to go take a look at our lands first and just get an overall layout of how they look. And that'll give us a better idea of what we're going to do. And then we can just, boom, hit the ground running. So let's do that right now. Okay, here we are. And all the plants are cleared out. We got that taken care of. Let's go right to Taiga Boreal, my favorite piece of land. And see how it's laid out. Why it's my favorite, obviously, look, you got all the carbon right there, you got all your silicon right there, you got one hydrogen right there, and this is certainly not the best layout for scanners. If you saw during Illuvium 0 Alpha, I think I had one down here, maybe one up there. It's not ideal for that. But also keep in mind, I bought all of this land, most of it at least, during the Dutch auction. And we had no idea what a good land layout looked like and what it didn't look like. So we just kind of had to wing it. So some of these are going to be really nice setups. Some of them are not. Now the first thing we need to do is build the Nexus and the engineering workshop. I think I just had that in the corner here, like I've been doing. And we're going to do this on all of our land. Let's go ahead and just take a look at everything real quick. Let's introduce you to my Abyssal Basin plot. And this one is not a great setup, but it does have more room for scanners. I do like that. So everything's really scattered. Carbon, Hyperion, carbon, krypton, silicon. It's all over the place. You have these two together. Not great, but we'll make do. Now over to Crimson Waste. Also, by the way, as far as gold coins, every land started me off with a different amount of gold coins on Tier 2. I don't know if it did this on Tier 1. Comment down below if you've noticed this too. But on my 4 Tier 2 lands, I wrote it down. I started out with 32, 33, 39, and 43. Not sure why they did that. But anyway, this one here, a little more friendly in terms of things being close together. And some decent scanner space, so not the worst. And then over to Brightland. And if I recall, this is a much better setup for scanners, at least. Yeah. Big, huge, vast expanse out here. And a lot of things that are kind of close together. So pretty good. Can't complain too much on that, but there's no carbon. That is going to be a problem. Now, I did remember from last time, and I didn't do this in the video, but you can actually expand your converter up to level 4, I think. You can't do that with your extractors until you get fuel, but with the converter you can, so that at least helps, because man did I struggle on Tier 1 yesterday without that carbon, and this is going to be another one of those cases here. So that's what we're looking like. Let's go ahead while we're here and just build the Nexus. On this one, where should we even do it? We can still build it here. That's fine. It'll be alright. I think. If not, we'll move it. Back over to Taiga. Get engineering down. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build Nexus and engineering on all 4 of these plots. And then I'll just meet you right back here at Taiga. And we'll move on from there. Okay, so back here at Taiga, and some of these buildings are a little close to fuel and element sites, but it's not that bad. It's really not going to get in the way. You kind of want these things as tucked back and out to the side as possible. So I'm happy where I put all these. I either put them here or in this opposite corner here. You'll notice that in a moment. You really can't do that on Taiga. So that's where we are. Now, the big decision we have to make now, at this point, is how many of these things do we start building? We can't just cover them all. We don't have enough elements. I'm sorry, we don't have enough elements for that. And we can only build 3 structures at this point. So let me see what I need to upgrade the Nexus. Carbon and silicon. And what about this? Silicon and hydrogen. Okay. Really, the main goal is going to be to start upgrading this Nexus to allow us to have more slots so we can build more excavation units. So, we're going to focus on carbon and silicon right now. So I'm going to build one of each. And then we'll build out the Nexus from there. And I'll do this on all my lands. So let's go over to Abyssal. We're down here. And do we have carbon? Yes. Do we have silicon? Yes. So I guess the question would be, where does it really matter? Let's do these neighbors here. Why not? Over to Crimson Waste. Do have carbon, thankfully, so we'll start there. It's the only one, I believe. Is it? Yep. And then over to Brightland. No carbon. So we have to get one of these started, and I figure it's better to do the ones that are bunched up because, I mean, that's where the first power station's going to go. Might as well get that underway. And I'm just hoping we'll have enough carbon in our rewards to upgrade the Nexus, because as long as we do that, then I'll have more autonomy to build what I want after that. So, all I'm going to do now, and you don't need to watch me do this, is I built most of the carbon. I'm just going to add the silicon and figure it out from there. And hopefully we can just do this and upgrade the Nexus without having to dig into our goals just yet. So, I'm going to do right what you see me doing at the moment on all 4 of my lands, and I'll meet you back here again. Okay, so we almost have enough to upgrade the Nexus. Yeah. So I'll just wait for that to finish. And then what do we do after that? Well, I'm curious, not for this land, but for other lands. Can I build a converter off the bat? No, we need engineering workshop too. So I might have trapped myself in Brightland again because I built a lake over one of these, which I didn't really need to do. And I might be short on carbon because of that, but we will worry about that when we get there. For now, let's just go ahead and knock this out. And we'll work on upgrading this. Hey, you need a lot of hydrogen. You might as well build that lake. But we're good for this now. And of course we are going to use tokens. What? Yeah, I'm gonna use these a lot more. I swear, I always say this, but I'm gonna use these a lot more than I did the other day to get all this stuff going. Never forget to keep these things moving. Always be mining. And so now the goal is going to be here. So we are going to need a lake to get more hydrogen. Let's build that. Cool. Over to Abyssal. And the same thing is going to apply here. I'm just short. Yeah, this is so scattered. While we're waiting, let's get just the only negatives out of the way. If you watched my last video, you know that they did not get rid of those level up pop-ups, and they also didn't allow us to zoom out at all. Those were I know those are the two most requested things, and they could have just waited another week or two and gotten those things done. But apart from that, I have had no glitches at all in Illuvium 0. I've been playing Private Beta 2, and it's amazing, and there's no glitches there. So kudos to the team on all that. But hopefully in the next patch, they will make this experience a little better, because you guys know how it is. There's going to come a time where you're like level 300, where everything you do is going to trigger a useless pop-up, and nobody wants that. I'm not a dev, but that doesn't seem like it would have taken a whole lot of coding to get rid of that. I could be wrong, but anyway. So we'll get these going again, upgrade Nexus, and then work towards upgrading the engineering building. I would imagine this is everybody's approach early game. If you do something different, let me know down below. But okay, so on this land, we don't have any hydrogen, and we need lots of hydrogen to upgrade this guy. So let's just go and dig into our rewards and see what we have. So that's a good one. Let's take that. And that one. And that one. And see what that gives us. That gives us enough. Beautiful. That has to be done. Non-negotiable. All right. So that's fine. Now, we're going to need a converter. We can't just not have hydrogen. So that will be our next building. Now, before I even look, where do we want to put that thing? Do we just want to put it here and just have all these things cranking at the same time? I like that idea. If you're going to have a weird connector like this, you may as well take advantage of it. I like the fact that it's cheap, too. That's nice. I don't really understand the grid here. It's always 80% no matter where you put it. So I think if I do this, we can put a power station right in between, and that will make everybody happy. So let's do that. And move on over to Brightland. I'm sorry, Crimson Waste. And somehow we ended up in Brightland. That's fine. Got that, got that. So this is going to be a bit of a conundrum, too. We need carbon. Have we upgraded the Nexus yet? No. So we'll need to do that, and we'll need 1,500. Yep. Will we have enough simply by these goals? We might not. Guys, I don't think we're going to get there. No, we're just short. So, I mean, we have plenty of hydrogen, and the only way to get there is to sell this guy. So, we'll do that. Gotta go backwards to go forward sometimes. And so now that we've done that, what does this cost? Yeah, we can't do it. That's fine. We could almost upgrade this guy. Oh, we can't upgrade this guy. Let's just do it. Get it all out of the way, and then worry about everything else later. I'm going to spend a coin, but we'll move on to Crimson after this. Alright, what have we done? What haven't we done? Alright, we still need to upgrade this. Of course, we're 17 carbon short. Shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. We can either wait for this to go or we can take the reward. It doesn't really matter. No, let's just take it. And get this guy going now. And so we'll need some hydrogen. We need to build a lake. Let's do that now. And we can just keep right on going. So you get the idea. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to get enough resources to upgrade this, and then we will start considering our next moves. Now, what are those next moves? I mean, ultimately, we're going to want to get as many of these Ultimately, we are going to want to get as many of these excavators down as possible, so we can have them all going. Remember, elements are everything. And then once we do that, you know, with all of these things going, it should be relatively easy. We'll get converters up where we need them. And, yeah, and I think we'll be in a good spot. So give me some time to do that. And let's say we meet back over at Tiger Boreal. Okay, so we are in a good place now. Especially on Taiga, we have everything built out. I don't quite have everything built on every plot. I had to leave one thing maybe unbuilt just in case. But everything is up. Now, I really think the next move, because I got to build storage at some point. And how many spaces? I only have 2 structures available. So what do I need to do to upgrade this to level 3? 2,700. All right. So I'm maxed out at 2,500 right now. So we know that if I'm going to build a storage unit, it's got to be carbon. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now, where's a good out-of-the-way place to do all this? Like, where would a scanner totally not be? Probably over here. I think that's what I did in Alpha, didn't I? I just built it all along this area. Well, I think that's the move. Maybe leave some room if we do want to build one up there. And just build it there. And then once that's done, we'll upgrade the Nexus and we'll move on and see how the other lands look. And see if we need to alter our strategy one way or the other. So, good there. Good there now. Let's do it. And use that coin. And now I can build storage facilities for all 3 of my elements instead of just 1. Because going forward, I mean, we have to at least have those buildings up so we can upgrade them too. But that's going to be the move. I normally don't sit here and make you watch me click on all these, but early on, I got to get it going so we don't waste time. This is already going to take up a lot of time. I started at 8:30 p.m. at night. I'll probably be going well into midnight. That was just one of those days. Well, while I'm here, do I want to just go ahead and build the other storage facilities? I mean, I have all this room now. Let's do that. At least the ones we can build. I will have the carbon in just a moment, so bear with me. If there's anything you would do different, now's a good time to let you guys know. If there's anything you would do different, put it down below in the comments section. We did this before. It was very helpful. Did I forget most of it? Yeah, probably, but remind me again. We're all in this together, man, trying to figure out the best strategy to efficiently get to a scanner and plenty of element sites at the same time as quickly as we can. Because there's competition out there, boys. It's real. It's going to be me versus you pretty soon. My viewers versus other people's viewers. And I like our chances. So while all that's going, oh yeah, got to do all this again. Tier 2 lands, man, I feel for anybody that has a Tier 3 or a Tier 4 land. Maybe that's all they have, and so that's not so bad. But man, if you got a mega city, I mean, good on you for having a mega city. Certainly not a hater, but a lot of work. Tedious, especially early on. And let's just go ahead and grab these while we have them. All right. Over to Abyssal. So different situation with this one. Have I upgraded everything yet? Yeah, I have. Okay, good. How many building slots do I have? Plenty. I kind of left a lot on the table out here. I really like this little area here. That's going to be a nice power station or two once I get it going. So we'll go ahead and what all do I have here? I have extra carbon, extra silicon, extra carbon. All right, let's definitely do this because we have the let's do it anyway. With something this big and no hydrogen, I might want to build another converter. Somebody mentioned that in an older video, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I probably should have done that. So let's waste coins, because why not? And then, you want to do this again? I like the idea. I'm going to put this one. I don't know if I'm going to regret that or not, but let's just do it. And I'm really going to want to upgrade these soon. Now this is weird. I saw this earlier. I'm putting in 250 carbon and I'm getting 267 out. That's a reverse. That's a 4-to-5 ratio, not the 5-to-4 we saw yesterday. Am I tripping? This is only 80%. And I'm getting more out than I'm putting in. Doesn't seem right. If you don't believe me, I mean, I looked at it while we were off camera. It's 80%. Can anybody explain that? Again, comment down below. I'm a bit of an idiot, so it could be something really obvious that I'm missing. That's always on the table. But let me know. I found that strange. And once this is built, I'm interested to see what it does with all that. I think we'll have everything built out. I'll go ahead and build my... Well, shoot, did I leave myself enough room? Yeah, barely. Enough to build the carbon site. Not that wasteful. Let's go ahead and put it up. But where? Kind of a tough call here. Maybe, yeah, maybe along this wall. Be a good place to do it. Now, what do I get with this? Same thing. I was experiencing the reverse. Like, this would have been 267, this would have been 250, because it was 80%. Makes sense, right? Why would I get more out of it at 80%? I don't know. Now, I don't have the hydrogen to upgrade, so we're not going to do that just yet. But I will get all these cranking before we go to Crimson Waste. It's a lot, man. Especially with all these extra converters I put in. Over to Crimson we go. Alright. Is there any different strategy here than we really used before? I don't think so, because I have all three elements. And that's nice. I just kind of left this guy over here just in case. How many spots do I have open? Plenty. So no need to really screw around there. Just build it. And also build that carbon site. So we'll cash in. Where am I putting this one? Ooh, this is tough, actually. Maybe up here? You can build stuff up here. That's actually, I should get this out of the way. And it won't interfere with really anything that's going on here. It shouldn't, at least. So maybe just build up along that side. You know, where you put your storage is important, because I'm going to load this place up with scanners. I am not playing around. I have to see how that strategy works. A bunch of inefficient scanners instead of just a couple 100% plus scanners. I gotta see it in real time. So all is good here. I'm just gonna pause and I'll meet you over at Brightland. Okay. Already getting passives. We like that. Where are we? Got everything upgraded. Nice. Okay. So I put 2 hydrogen converters on Abyssal. Do I need 2 carbon converters here? I probably do. How many slots do I have open? I got enough. So let's put another one in between here. Makes enough sense, right? And then build one of these, and then my carbon storage facility, and then we will be good there. So what I'm going to do, let me just tell you my next few steps. I'm going to do them, and then we'll skip ahead. Is we've got to make sure this is at Nexus 3, so we have plenty of building spaces. That's always the first priority. We're probably a little short on hydrogen. Then make sure I have all 3 storage buildings. And then I'll have to ask myself, is it time to upgrade these? Or is it time to build a power station? You saw what I did before. I think upgrading these all to level 2, as tedious and as long and as poopy as it's going to be, we're going to do that. So that's going to be the move. And then I'll meet you back at Taiga, and we'll figure out exactly where we're going to put these power stations once we get there. Because remember, we have to upgrade this to level 3 as well. If you don't believe me, Engineering Workshop 3. So that's going to be the move. Upgrade this later, and in the meantime have all of these cranking at level 2. And have all of these existing in the first place. And by upgrading the Nexus, it will allow us enough building slots to do that. So that's the order. This, then these, then this, then power station. I will meet you back at Taiga once we get to the power station part. Everybody with me? All right, good. See you then. Okay, so I did what I said I was going to do. We have, where's our storage? Let's start with that. All these are level 2. Better be. Yep. All of these are level 2 as well. And the next... and we have upgraded this to level 3, which means we can start putting in power stations. Now, when you have all of this stuff, it's like, where do you even put these things? First of all, I'm not sharp today, guys. It's one of those days. We have plenty of structures available. So let's go to the power station. And like I said, right in between. Oh, before we do that, I should have done this. Efficiency. Now power station. Pretty sure last time I just did something like that. And then give you enough room to build roads in between. So let's build that. I would say just go ahead and set yourself up for success later on and just build as many as possible. Without being ridiculous, of course, but... how good is that? And then we need one to go in between the silicon mines. $114 each, that'll do. You can always adjust these later, it's not a big deal. And then this is our only hydrogen plant, so let's make sure it has love too. And might as well put it over here because that will help this Krypton power up a little bit later on. So if I had to put it anywhere, that's going to be where I want to put it. Super happy, cannot wait for that to fully take effect. Over to Abyssal. So we have these pockets, which is going to make things interesting. Let's go ahead and get these going. Just plop that right in the middle. I mean, perfect. Flawless victory right there. We love that. Let's do it. And then it would just make sense to put another one here. At least one. Right? Wonder if we can get that converter up over 100% if I build another one. Or is it overkill? Is it ever overkill? Oh no, that's beautiful. That's just great. Yeah. So let's do that. Oh, that's good. And these isolated ones we can deal with later. We just want to get the main ones in first. So that's done. Let's go over to Crimson. A little less pockety as Abyssal, but you know, we got this ring here to deal with, so let's build in the ring and just put them in between all the gaps. Oh, did I not? Oh, shoot. I thought I'd upgraded this. I did. Oh, I just don't have the resources for it. Okay. I get it. So what do I need? All right. Let me hit pause while I get all this right, and then we'll start building. That's better. Now we can build. Told y'all, not sharp. Storage does not need to be maxed out. It already is. 117, 117. I like that. Build you. It's a pretty easy call right here, isn't it? 120, 120. Perfect. And then I think this is my only carbon, so we're going to want to build one there too. That isolated hydrogen we don't really care as much about. Oh, yes we do. And then like before, might as well build it closer to the Solon trench as opposed to over here, where it benefits nobody else but the carbon extractor. So put that there. And we're looking good. Round it off at Bryland. Get those passives real quick. We're going to need more hydrogen, definitely. And let's build. So with this one, how do we make everybody happy? I say we just do 2, like we did before. It makes sense to me. So look at this one right down here. If I move it here, it's 105. And I get 120 and 100. If I move it here, I still get 120 and 100, but that one goes up to 107. Probably not going to matter when I put the other one in, but let's, you know, if it's between the two, let's put that there. I wish I had a pointer. I'm using my finger, but you can't see my finger. Let's build another. Oh yeah. Just gets better and better and better and better. I would actually rather max this out than this out, crazy as that sounds, because these converters are so important. They just are. And what I'm probably going to do later is build another one right here anyway, to benefit these neighboring Krypton trenches. So that's good. Oh man, I'm hyped about this. It's going to be so good. Plop one right there. Beautiful. And there we go. So now that we have done that, let's go ahead and just collect these for posterity. What is my next move? Well, now I can upgrade everything again, and I have the power stations down, so hopefully it won't take super long. I'm only about 2 hours in to today's jaunt, and yeah, but the worst is ahead of me. And as always, I'm not gonna sit there and make you watch me do it. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like the fact that I try really hard not to waste your time, because that's what these videos are all about, getting straight to the point with a little bit of strategy mixed in. But we are going to do that. And yeah, I say I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm sitting there babbling. And what is next? So we're getting closer to putting fuel down, but we need a Quantum Fabricant first, but we're going to, I'm pretty sure, need to upgrade these first, right? Let's see. Quantum Fabricant, Workshop 4. Sorry, I had a bit of an interruption there. So in order to build the Quantum Fabricant, we need to get this up to 4. In order to get that up to 4, we need to get the Nexus up to 4. So that will be our priority, but as we always say, we want to max out all of this too. We want to get there we want to arrive at that point all at the same time. So I certainly have my work cut out for me, because I'm going to have to get all of the extractors up to level 3, the converters up to level 4. I didn't realize that in yesterday's video. I do realize this now, so I want to get those there as well. And then get these storage facilities upgraded to where they need to be. And then and only then will we build the Quantum Fabricant, and then we can start plopping down fuel on our fuel sites. Really excited to get all of that going along with my tier 1s, and have that out of the way. To be able to knock that out in a couple of days, maybe 3 days, pretty good, man. I've seen some people like taking some of these lands up to level 60 on day one. I have no idea how they do that. I have no idea if it's sustainable, but that's not how we do it. We try to do things as intelligently and as efficiently as possible, so we can hit the ground running when it's time to scan. That's the important part. If these people who get to level 60 on day one are scanning, days before me, then I'm doing it wrong. I admit that. But I think we're doing it right, and we're going to carry forward. So I will meet you back over at Taiga once I have gotten everything where it needs to be, and we'll start building Quantum Fabricants, and we'll see time-wise where we are in the day. And we're back. I don't know how much of this background noise the mic is picking up, but we'll deal with it. Moving on, though, we are at 4 here. 4 there, just like we want to be, and the Quantum Fabricant is next. Now, just like the other day, we need 40,000 to buy a Quantum Fabricant, and that's not enough. So the first thing we'll have to do is upgrade this guy right here. What do we need for that? We have enough. Let's do it. And then, very low on silicon, but that's fine. We need a bunch of carbon, no problem. Getting low on coins, but I'm okay with that. We got to get this done. Just low, though, so we'll have to take it down another coin. Well, let's buy it. Big step. Glad it's out of the way. Now, once that's built, we can plop down either Solon or Krypton. Now, which one is that going to be? Hard to say, because it's all going to depend on what we want to upgrade. Once we get a piece of fuel, we can start upgrading these excavators to level 4, which is a really, really big move. You know what? Let's just burn another coin. Who cares? We're filming. What do you need for an upgrade? Needs Hyperion, which we don't even have. So, what about you? Needs Solon. Okay. Because we have 3 of these and 2 of these, I would rather this get upgraded sooner, so Solon's going to be the first one we drop here. That's the easiest way to really figure it out. And so this I will probably do tonight after we film. So just to let you know, the very last thing we're going to do is drop a Solon trench here. And I don't know if we're going to have enough coins to boost it up and get it full, but at least we will have gotten that far in one day. And I'm telling you right now, I'm making much better time today than I was with Tier 1. I didn't really expect that. I don't know why I didn't expect it, but we're about an hour more ahead of schedule, maybe an hour and a half ahead of schedule compared to the Tier 1 day, which is great. Let's move on to Abyssal. Yeah, so to all you T2 land out there, you'll probably get to this point at around the 3-hour, 3.5-hour mark, give or take. So we should be 4 and 4. 4 and 4, yep. All right, we need to upgrade that carbon. We have no hydrogen. Crap, that's fine. Let's just do that. Will that be enough? Oh crap, they want silicon. Whoops. Okay, that's not a problem either. Totally running out of coins. You get to choose if you run out of coins or not. I gotta film, and I don't want to do this for 6 hours out of the day. So we gotta scoot. I still don't have enough. How much longer? Alright. So let's move over to Crimson. Now, oddly enough, on Crimson, I got a lot more coins. It just worked out that way. Probably because we don't have any converters. But we didn't on Taiga either. I don't know how this works, but this was a lot more friendly of a setup overall. What am I doing? Okay, gotta get this up to 4, not a problem. Got all sorts of coins here to burn. So you saw what we did. We're gonna have enough carbon to get to the 40K mark, so we can buy that Quantum Fabricant. What'll that do? Not quite. It's my only carbon excavator, so is what it is. And let's build it. Not a power station, VP. Quantum Fabricant. We got a lot of coins here, so we can just do that. And we have the same type of fuel here, is that right? Yeah, that we did earlier at Taiga. Alright, over to Brightland. See, the thing is, too, with this engineering workshop at 4, we can actually upgrade these converters. But I want to get the Quantum Fabricant down. So as we saw, where's my storage here? We want to get this upgraded to 4. We can do, oh, we can almost do that. Oh, I didn't upgrade this to 3. I need to do that. But anyway, that was perfect. Let's do it. Need some carbon. What do we have a lot of? We don't have a lot of anything. Well, we're going to have to make it so. Ooh, I did not do a good job of upgrading these things the way I was supposed to. I need to get all these to 3. So we should have that now. It does make a big difference to me. We went from 2,000 to 11,000, and at this stage of the game, that's a big jump. It just is. So now we have enough hydrogen to feed the carbon converters. Still got a ways to go, though, man. But you get the idea. I'll get there, and I'll put a Quantum Fabricant there. And then on this one, we got Krypton, Hyperion. Not sure how I'll play it, but within, I would say, probably a half hour. So figuring about 3.5 to 4 hours, with four tier 2 lands, you can get yourself to a fuel site in one day. And not just get to a fuel site. Get to a fuel site with ample amounts of elements at your disposal at any time. That's the game. And once I get that fuel down, upgrading these guys is going to be the very first order of business, because it is that important. I keep saying it. But thank you for, especially if you tagged along on the first video for Tier 1. I'm going to get this Tier 2 video up. Hopefully you'll be able to watch it on Saturday. And we'll just keep moving forward, guys. I'm happy to have Illuvium 0 back in our lives. Happy to actually have blueprints to work for. Very exciting. I'll see you down the road.